floor is now open for all fellow Christites to ask questions. So if there are any, yeah.
My name is Sinchana from the Department of Management Studies. So, my question is, how do I see or understand Adiyogi as a Swayambhu, which is self-born, and Aja as unborn, since both are contradictory? Also, he is referred as limitless and nothingness. So, can you please state your opinion?
Say, today you're in… Please sit down. You're in management studies. If you complete these studies and go to work somewhere, people say you're a manager. Over a period of time, those people who work around you, they keep referring to you as a manager, and in their experience, you are a manager, isn't it? Whatever you may think within yourself, maybe you will also start believing you're a manager. But others definitely see you as a manager, similarly with various things. So Adiyogi literally means the first yogi. A yogi means who consciously obliterated all boundaries around him. See, because you have a set boundary, this is me, that is you. Suppose the boundaries actually exist only for the physical body, isn't it? This is my body, that's your body. This is my mind, that's your mind. But I want you to understand, there is no such thing as this is my life and that is your life. This is a living cosmos. You captured a little bit of it, I captured a little bit of it, somebody else captured a little more. That's about it. Now, if you're identified with your body, you're somebody. Yes? If you're identified with your mind also, you call yourself, I'm this or that. But if your identity is not with your physicality or with your psychological structure, you're really a nobody, isn't it? If you're a nobody, are you limited or unlimited? So when we say yogi, we are in many ways saying he is a nobody because he's not identified with his body. Well, he has a body, but he's not identified with it. See, what you call as my body right now, just some time ago was probably a papaya or a carrot or a fruit or a vegetable or something, isn't it so? Hello? You don't like that? What do you like? It was some food, something to be eaten, isn't it so? You ate that and now it's sitting here as my body or your body. Before that, it was just soil that you walk upon. And after some time, again it'll become soil. Most people don't get this point unless you bury them, that you're just a little bit of this planet, aren't you? Huh? Aren't you? Just a piece, little bit of soil. When we bury you, you understand, but it's a bit late. But if you realize right now, whatever I call as myself is all accumulation from outside. That was not me, okay? Somebody unplugging something. So, if your identity is not with things that you have gathered, what would you identify with? If you identify with the fundamental life process, it's not here, it's just happening all over the place. So in that sense, we are saying he is limitless, because he is not sitting there as a body, nor is he sitting there as a psychological structure. Both these things are outside influences on you. About him being a Swayambhu, it means that he is self-made, everything that he is. See, today you're sitting here, you may not be conscious, but your father, mother, your grandparents and their grandparents and their grandparents, if you go 100,000 generations, all of them are in some way living through you, isn't it? Yes? You may not consciously remember, but your great-great-great-grandmother's nose is sitting on your face without you being conscious about it. Yes or no? So, this is an accumulation of memory, first of all. There is evolutionary memory, there is genetic memory and karmic memory and various other forms of memory. In yoga, we identify memory as 8 different fundamental forms in which this body is formed. Because these 8 different memories are there, memory means it's a software that's been given to you. This is why it grows like this. Suppose whatever food you eat, I know you eat the same kind of food, but suppose you eat certain kind of food, the same food, if I give it to my dog, will it become you? Or if I give my dog's food, will you become a dog? Nothing like that will happen. This body will never get confused, isn't it? Because the software is well entrenched. Put whatever you want, this will do the same thing because the memory is well established. So what you call as myself right now is not you. It is a consequence of a huge amalgamation of memory. A little bit you have added your character to it, but rest of it is all come to you from somewhere else. So when we say a Swayambhu, because he is no way using his ancestry, no way using the faculties or the memories of the body, he has placed himself above that. He is completely himself, not a consequence of history, not a consequence of genetics, but he's all by himself. So we call him, he's totally self-made or he's a Swayambhu.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. My name is Prashant.
Where are you?
Okay. Namaskaram. My question to you is, whenever we make decisions, there is always a right or wrong decision. Whether the decision taken is right or wrong is only eventually realized. How would I know I took the right decision, and how will I know if I'm taking the right decision or wrong decision while making it?
But why are you copying a question?
Copying it, that's what I had in mind, so I wrote it down.
Okay. No, I was never so interested in the examinations, I never bothered. But I saw when I was in college, lot of people inside their sleeve, here, there, everywhere they've written and all kinds of chits and things, but they were all copying answers. Question you copy because… No, I'm not trying to make a comment on you because this is everywhere. Because you are creating such a level of conflict within yourself for every simple thing that you think you could always be doing something wrong, something wrong, something wrong. Well, joyfully do something wrong, it's okay. Hello? Nobody knows really whether they're doing the right thing or the wrong thing. Do they know for 100%? No. So don't bother yourself too much about is this right, is this wrong. It is just that when you do something, is this bringing well-being to me and everybody around me? That's all your concern is. People who think they're always right, they're terrible people. You produce tyrants out of this. I am always right, I made all the right decisions in my life. This is a tyrant. This is not a human being. It becomes a very ugly human being who does everything right. You don't have to do right things. Just be a little more human. Just make sure when you do something, it's good for you and good for everybody around you, that's all. It is right, it is wrong. Who is to decide? If it's bringing well-being to everybody, it is the right thing, isn't it? Nobody can decide what is right and what is wrong, because for 1,000 years they've debated the same things and nobody has come to a conclusion as to what is right and wrong. And people who believed they're doing the right things, they did the most horrendous things to each other, always. So instead of looking at right and wrong, which is a consequence of a morality in which you believe, why don't you awaken the humanity within you? Why don't you become a living humanity? Humanity means just this, already we spoke about this. Animal nature means fixing boundaries. Human nature means expanding or including everybody into your boundaries because this is a natural longing. Wherever you are, you want to be something more, something more. What is this? This is because your intelligence has come to a place where it doesn't like boundaries. It wants to expand. This is human nature. Human nature is naturally inclusive. Animal nature is exclusive, it wants to fix boundaries. So instead of being in boundaries of right and wrong, even if somebody is wrong, let's include them and do the best we can. Because the moment you think, I'm doing all the right things, everybody looks wrong in your life. See, please sincerely address this and see, most people are in this condition. Except themselves, everybody is wrong somewhere. If everybody is wrong and only you're right, it's a sign of madness, it is not a sign of being right. So do not waste your time in right decisions, wrong decisions. When you are reasonably balanced and clear and happy, not frustrated about something, make a decision, throw your life into it, something wonderful will happen. You may not do the right thing, but you may do a great thing, you may do a wonderful thing, that's good enough. How far will I go? What will happen? Well, that depends on various things, your own intelligence, your competence, and the times in which we exist. You should not discount the times in which we exist. At different times in history, different things take off. We may be in sync with it, what we are may be appreciated today, or what we are may be appreciated tomorrow, or what we are may be appreciated after we are gone. But whatever we did in our life, we did with total involvement, because life is in its involvement, life is not in its correctness. Your involvement must be unbridled. Whatever you do, see how everybody's well-being is included in this. If you are an inclusive process and you're involved, it is fine. Are you right or wrong? Right or wrong, till the last day of your life, you cannot really decide what is right and wrong, because there'll always be another set of people who say this is wrong, isn't it?
Can we have a question from the top, please?
Namaste, sir. My name is Lekashri, I'm from Institute of Management. My question is, how to learn accepting the truth? Because most of the time, truth is bitter and it is a hard part. So I always tend to make a few adjustments and assumptions which will make my life little easy, but I am far from the truth. So how do I start learning, accepting the truth and following the hard path and being right?
Okay. Right now there are more conclusions in this than questions. First of all, you have concluded truth is bitter. Let's understand this, what truth is. Right now, if I take this object and leave it now, it is going to go this way. Yes? Hello? Ma'am, yourself? If I leave it now, this is going to go up. That's the truth. No? Hello? No, it'll come down. Is it bitter? This is what truth means. Truth means you figured out how life works. You observed, you didn't make it up. A lie means you made it up. Truth means you observed. You paid enough attention to life that you realized this is how it works. Why will it be bitter? If you discover how it works, will life become smooth and easy or bitter? Most complex things you can do effortlessly because you know how it works. When you do not know how something works, that's when life is bitter, isn't it? So whoever is telling you truth is bitter, they've invested too much in lies, what to do? You have a law… No, I was asking for a lawyer's opinion. So do not make such conclusions. Truth means, see, only truth works. Please listen. Only truth works, but you cannot accept it right now. So I want you to see it this way. Observe life. What really works on all levels of life must be the truth. Huh? What really works on all levels of life must be the truth, isn't it? So please pay attention. There is no acceptance or rejection. How can you reject something that really works wonders for you? How will you reject it? I'm asking, how can you reject it? Can you? That's it. Please.
We'll have one last question. Come, because of that. We will leave it to Sadhguru to decide.
Let them ask. Oh, yes ma'am.
Good evening, I am Sindhuja from Department of Life Sciences. I would like to know your opinion on present day art, like the modern art, the films, the videos, and its influence on present day generation.
Oh, they're not interested in art, but I'll answer this question, please. It happened once. Mrs. Murjani was in Paris and she's a high socialite. She went into a modern art museum and she looked at each piece of art disdainfully and made nasty comments about everything. Then she came and stood in front of a frame and said, "Who did this horrible piece of work?" Then the curator said, "Ma'am, this is not artwork, this is a mirror." So, well, if you're talking about modern art, there has been some spectacular modern art breaking all norms and creating something really beautiful, intricate and wonderful. At the same time, a whole lot of, let me not say whole lot, quite a bit of modern art has turned bizarre. Everybody wants to do something different without a purpose. When you want to desperately do something different, you turn bizarre. This has happened to modern art, this is also happening to fashion, that modern art and fashion, I wouldn't say everything, but a segment of it has turned quite bizarre because you can see a desperation to be different from somebody and doing something utterly crazy. But essentially modern art as a terminology came because Europe was the main place of art, that's how it is considered. Indian art was never considered art for whatever reason, because here people wanted to depict life as it is. But European art was clearly framed. If this means it belongs to this category, this means it belongs to this category. So artists felt suffocated by this European coldness of separation from one form of art to another. So some people broke those limitations and that was called modern art. So, I think its better word is contemporary art, nothing modern about it. One thing we must understand, if you are an artist, you should not believe you're creating something. Everything that can be created is already created, we can only imitate. If you imitate well, you're a good artist. You believe you're creating something, that means you have not opened your eyes and looked at what's happening in nature. If you pay enough attention, just about everything that can be created is created. There are over 1 trillion creatures on this planet, varieties of creatures on this planet. If you look at one and the other, you can't believe with what purpose that kind of color, that kind of design and that kind of artistry has been done. If you pay enough attention, there is nothing to create, but we like to play the creator a little bit, so we can do it, but we should not believe we are creating something. We are just remix, we are doing a little bit. It's fine, it's human ingenuity, they want to do something. But this desperation to be different should go in art. It should be more an expression, a colorful expression of what may be in your mind or what you see around you, that's fine.
As we come to an end of today's wonderful session with Sadhguru, at the outset, I'd like to thank the Department of Professional Studies for organizing this wonderful event. A huge round of applause to you guys on behalf of our class.
But that boy from the political sciences… Let's…
Could a volunteer please help me?
I can be audible enough. Am I audible enough?
Sure.
I'm from the Department of Management Studies.
Oh.
I have a little question for you. I've jotted it down, so excuse me while I read it. You're talking about how important happiness is, and to be happy, so much so that you can't sleep. But I believe that emotions like sadness, grief, and guilt, anger are beacons of our values. Should I push these emotions away? Or should I try to learn from them and enjoy the experience of life? Because life is all about ups and downs and it's not just about the ups.
Oh. Well, the problem is that most human beings are always busy trying to weave philosophies to sustain their limitations. Because you are not able to be ecstatic every moment of your life, then you will say, peace is the goal of life. When that is also not possible, you come to a philosophy, sadness, misery, anxiety, frustration, everything is part of life, we must go through all that. Let's look at it this way, do you ride a two-wheeler, a motorcycle? Huh? Then I hope you won't have ups and downs, ups and downs. You want to be up, because the down consequence is different. Similarly with life, the down consequence is different, only that if you're among people who are always in those conditions, that they're up and down, you think you're normal. If you're riding with people who fall down every 2 minutes, if you're riding with toddlers who fall down off their little bicycle every 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you think it's normal. But if you're riding with somebody, I lived on a motorcycle but never really fell off. Maybe small spills but never really injuries and things, though I literally lived on a motorcycle at one time, I value that I was always up, never down. But if you think up and down is good, by the time I was 35, at least 12 or 13 of my friends died on the roads, all motorcycling, wild riding. I didn't think down was a good thing. Whether it's physically or mentally, I never thought down is a good thing, you need a philosophy to support that. No, down is not a good thing, up is a good thing. Hello? If you think you can learn only painfully, that's a sad way to learn. You can learn joyfully too.
We are greatly privileged and blessed by your presence and all the more your inspirational discussions and conversations. This is the right time for the university, being Golden Jubilee year. We are in the mission of your special transformating experience, youth and truth. Thank you very much. And our young people, this many, represent 10% of our student strength. We are from 21,000, I think 2,100 are here. We are ever grateful to you. This will be a great learning and creating a new curve in the institution, Christ University. Thank you very much.
I want all of you to understand that you are sitting in an institution like this. For each one of you who is here, in this country, there could be 1 million young people who are not able to be in an institution like this. So, it's very important that you make use of your time here in such a way that whatever you learn and acquire and what you make out of yourself being here, in some way it is useful for everybody in this country and the rest of the world. Please make sure that your life is a significant life. It's very important. You should not just pass as one more life. You must be a significant life because you have the privilege of being in an institution where knowledge is available, many skills are available. There are 1 million children behind you who cannot get into a place like this. Please make sure everybody benefits from this education. Your education must benefit everybody, not just you. Thank you very much.